Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like this video. Let's get to a like goal of 210 likes, because it's the Friendlies. We talk about England, so go bold on this one. And thank you, and enjoy the video. So, on the friendly side, I want to mention here, like, Harry Kane, okay? He became now the joint all-time goal scorer for England, okay? And I'm not going to have the debate right now, but, like, I saw on Twitter people saying, who's better, Kane or Rooney? I still don't put Kane ahead of Rooney, okay? But it all depends on the next move of Harry Kane, if he gets that one right. So I think it's his brother, his agent too. So,
I don't know. I don't even want to touch that debate right now. But there is a lot, obviously. Anyway, he scored and he equalized in a friendly. It was a fun game for the most part. Harry Maguire, I know you were happy he was on the bench. But Conor Gallagher got his first start. I thought he was player of the match. I think he was even named player of the match. And Tyrick Mitchell, also at Crystal Palace, also one of the leaders of tackles won in the Premier League the last 2 seasons. I was very happy to see him get his first cap. So that was cool to see. But
I think you're right. You were right on him. I watched him play. Like, I think you're right on time. I think he's gonna be a player that he's gonna be on the long run for England. I think you're right on him. Like Crystal Palace too. Like they had Mark Gahey, Tyrick Mitchell, and they had Conor Gallagher, man. So like that's unbelievable. And with Gallagher, like Conor Gallagher played better than Henderson next to him. Okay, he was doing better passes, creating better, and the passes to Kane too. Like the movement, the link-up play between those two. I was very impressed with Gallagher. Very impressed. Very impressed.
There you go. You're coming around. No, you've always been impressed with Gallagher, just not as much as, I've been singing his praises mostly due to the engine, but I feel like his technique and his awareness has been catching up to the rest of him over time. So I think
you put Gallagher ahead of Mount.
I did.
You put That shows just how big of a player you really think he is. Like
I got ridiculed for that, probably rightfully so. But
well, maybe next season Gallagher plays ahead of Mount in some games, right?
You never know. I really think he has a future if they're willing to give him the chance. At Chelsea, I think he's got a future there. But
I agree. And there's a player too I wanted to mention with England, because I've criticized him a bit before because of how he plays for his club. And it's Luke Shaw. Like Luke Shaw for Man United. Come on. Disastrous? No, but pretty poor. And for England, a completely different player. Like what a worldie that was. And he's super involved at all times. Like legit, he is a complete different player. Just like Maguire for England too. So I had to mention that. I had to.
I'm with you. Yeah, great to see. But in that other friendly, the Netherlands steamrolling of Denmark 4-2, I think. I feel like we just have to announce it again. But it was pretty amazing. Christian Eriksen got he recovered from COVID, was able to join camp, was able to get there in time and meet the metrics in order to play. Got his calling, I guess, later in the game, and of course within 2 minutes. On, I think, probably his first or second touch of the game, he roofs it, puts it in the back of the net, and I'm pretty sure everybody, Dutch fans, Danish fans, everybody was rooting for Christian Eriksen and clapping him, and it was his first goal, right? 287 days or something like that since the day that he literally died on the pitch. So it's just amazing to see him back and contributing, and I hope he gets a shot at the World Cup. I hope he gets a shot at, even if you bring him along as a locker room player or a late sub with vision. I agree. Everybody's his fan. Everybody's his fan.
Definitely adds a lot, and like the whole crowd cheering just showed like how important that was. Great mention. I'm gonna mention a Wonderkid because Germany played Israel. And like Jamal Musiala, what is he becoming right now? Okay, I was like seeing him tracking back so much, putting the right passes. he is becoming so efficient at such a young age, okay? If you watch tape footage of Musiala leaving Chelsea and now at Bayern and the national team, oh my days, the development is insane, okay? So I really have to give a shout out to Musiala because now he's playing in a deep line playmaker style. Come on! Like, he was aware he can play it all. And I saw like Hansi Flick saying, "Oh, we're testing. He can play at the 6 maybe." What?
What could?
So I have no idea. Is N'Golo Kante in the making here, or Kimmich?
or I don't know, a combination of all of the above. He can just turn it on. He's a Swiss Army knife of the midfield, and
hey,
yeah.
What a game by him. And Havertz. Like, Havertz this season is completely different. Like, people were ridiculing him in the first season he arrived at Chelsea, but now, even for Germany, he's the man, okay? So, like, love it.
I hope Wirtz can get back healthy enough in time to play a part in the World Cup. I don't know if he can. But,
successful surgery just announced
today.
I did see that.
Yeah, that's great. I hope. But yeah, Musiala. All I can say is, could you imagine if England were able to lock him down, and if they could have had him? Wow. But yeah, I honestly don't know if he would have developed as well if he didn't go to Bayern. They've literally taken him under his wing and they've just taught him things. And
I think
I'm here for it.
England fans must be like Jude Bellingham and Musiala. Imagine that midfield of those two in the Bundesliga playing together. Oh my days! But
beautiful.
Yeah. Facts. And another game that we have to mention too, like Spain, okay? Spain is overlooked with the youngsters, okay? Because they developed late stage. Pedri, okay, was last year, was already big talk. But Dani Olmo is an underrated Wonderkid. That talent that people don't talk about. Ferran Torres, okay, he's talked now at Barca, but he's a bit underrated too. Eric Garcia, okay? Eric Garcia has been performing well. Okay, sorry we haven't mentioned it because we should have against in the El Clasico. He played really, really well next to Ronaldo Araújo, and now he played really well for the national team too. So Gavi, Pedri, Ferran Torres, Fati coming back again. The rebuild of Spain goes joint forces with the rebuild of Barcelona. So I have to mention that.
Don't we have to start calling him or only calling Pedri the new Spanish number 10? Pedri? Yeah. Isn't that his new thing? Yeah, I mean, his first game, even if he wasn't scoring, even if he wasn't, I think you were going to say this, but even if he wasn't scoring or assisting, you could just see the presence. You could just see the intent behind everything he was doing on the pitch, and yeah, I just think he's only going to get better as his motor, as everything develops. But I'm still, I still think you're going to see a development kind of speed bump at some point. But maybe you already passed through it when he was, thrown into the fire of 50 plus games, 60 plus games in a calendar year. Maybe he's already through that development bump and now he's just Mr. World Class. I don't know, but I am here for what Spain is going to do at the World Cup. And I thought it was pretty damn bold that they also said, "Hey, Gavi, we're going to give you the start too." True. But that goal, who did they play?
They played Albania.
Yeah. That goal was hysterical. That Albanian goal near the end of the game before Dani Olmo put it away. Did you see that goal that they scored? I forget who it was. Uzuni, I think was his name. It hit off of one of the central defenders' faces, the Spanish central defenders' faces, and then literally like off of the face of Uzuni and just kind of trickled by the goalkeeper. None of it was intentional. It was all on accident. You need to look it up if you haven't seen it. It was a pretty hysterical goal.
And last mention in the Spanish game is Jeremy Pino. Like, Jeremy Pino getting that assist 3 minutes coming off that bench, okay? So that is the lethal firepower. Again, underrated players, youngsters from Spain. So watch out for Spain in the next World Cup, okay? I am really going to be watching closely the development of these players, just like Pino.
Spain and Germany. I wouldn't stop there. I'd say Spain and Germany. Watch them both.
So, people, put down below, okay, everything about national teams that you guys want to talk about. We will answer and have a good chat gladly about it, okay?